Without further ado, Dave, you've done a great job creating this tip of the week for us using exit surveys to reduce member cancellations. And in my opinion, this is really an exercise on how to leverage some of the built-in form functionality with Brilliant Directory. So if it's okay, can I pass it to you?
Definitely. Let's dive right into this. So I think a lot of times when we talk about exit surveys or any kind of survey for that matter, we might automatically think, oh, we're going to have to use some other third-party survey platform in order to facilitate this, maybe something like SurveyMonkey or Google Forms. But the Brilliant Directories platform actually has a lot of built-in form functionality that we can utilize in order to implement this sort of exit survey. So we'll start by going over exit surveys, what they are, how they can benefit us, and then we'll go into actually how to implement something like this on your own website. So before we get into explaining how exit surveys can help us save some cancellations, it is important to remember that cancellations are inevitable. We can't save all cancellations, but we can do some things to try to help reduce that number. So an exit survey can help us in that by initiating a conversation with these members who are looking to cancel. So if we can initiate a conversation with them before they actually cancel their account, then one, we might be able to collect actionable information from these members, information that we can put to use in order to save this cancellation as well as future cancellations, in addition to information that we can use to figure out what it is we're doing right, not just what it is that we can improve on. So what is an exit survey? Really simply, it's a short questionnaire. You really want to keep this maybe to somewhere around 3 questions that members will submit prior to sending their account cancellation request. So they'll submit this form before they cancel their account, and that will give us a chance to try to save the cancellation. So why should we utilize an exit survey? So aside from collecting that useful information about our members' decision to sign up and to cancel, it gives us an opportunity to learn from the members that we aren't going to be keeping. We can improve our membership experience, determine what we did well and what can be improved upon. We can also turn what is potentially a negative experience into a positive one, not just for the member. If maybe they had a bad experience, we can provide a solution to them to make that right, but also a negative experience for us, the website owner, having a member cancel. If we can save that cancellation, then that becomes a positive experience for both the member as well as us, the website owner. And also, we could potentially leave on good terms with the member if they give us our feedback and we reply to them with potential solutions, or we tell them that we'll actively look into solving these problems. And so that could help them leave on good terms. Maybe they'll return in the future once we've solved any problems that they've identified, or maybe it just wasn't the right fit for them, but they have some friends or colleagues that our membership community might be right for, that they would end up recommending our site to.
And I know we don't have actual data on this, but I'm sure there is a percentage of people who are canceling just because they don't know how to use something, even though they could potentially, there's features built into what you're offering to your membership plans, or they just don't understand how something works, or where to get the most out of your service. So with the opportunity to capture them with an exit survey, you could help recover that small percentage of people who might just be lost and need a little push in the right direction before they pull the plug completely.
So what should we be asking on this exit survey? Again, we want to keep it short and easy to fill out. It should be something that members are happy to complete, information that they're willing to provide us prior to canceling. So the 3 main questions we want to ask, and probably we don't want to ask anything additional, because again, we want to keep this process simple and easy, and we want this information from these members who could potentially be canceling. So the 3 questions we want to ask are, why are you thinking about canceling? This will tell us what went wrong with their experience on our website. We want to ask, what was their primary reason for joining our community? This will let us know what we did right, whether it was in our marketing or our product or service marketing. It lets us know what we should continue focusing on. And then the 3rd question we want to ask is there anything that we can do to convince you to stay? So this kind of allows us to put forth a sign that we're willing to make things right, regardless of what may have gone wrong with this member's experience on our website. We want to know how we can improve and how we can make the experience right for this person and other members moving forward. And so once the member submits their exit survey, those 3 questions, they submit it, they could still go on and cancel their account on their own. But if they don't, or if you take that option away from them, then we want to follow up with these members who submitted that exit survey and offer them a solution that addresses the reason that they wanted to cancel, specifically the reasons that they submitted in their responses. And another great tip is we want to try to get them on the phone. It's a lot easier to make a personal connection with our members, our customers over the phone. It could be a really quick 5-minute conversation, but it could be a lot easier to try to convince them to stay or to understand what went wrong and how we can fix it if we're speaking with them over the phone than going back and forth over emails or a live chat or something like that. So some potential solutions you can offer. These are just general ideas. Again, it depends on the specific circumstances for what your membership community is offering and why a particular member wants to cancel. But some potential solutions would be to pause, downgrade, or upgrade their membership. Maybe provide them with a coupon code that reduces their membership fee. Give them a complimentary profile audit so we can go through their profile or their listing with them, figure out what areas could be improved upon, what additional information they may want to add to figure out how they could get the most out of their membership. And then maybe also provide some tips on how to get the most out of their membership. Maybe they're not utilizing all of the features that we're offering them. Maybe we're not doing a great job at marketing what features or services we have to offer to them. And so that could be a learning point for us. So getting them on a phone, going through what their experience was on the website, why they're canceling, really understanding that, and then providing them with a solution for their unique circumstance could help save that one cancellation, but could also help prevent future cancellations if we're able to take this information from them and act on it in order to prevent those future cancellations. And so that leads us into this slide, learning from our survey data. Again, it's not just an extra step that we want to make members take before canceling. We really want to take the responses that we get from these members and understand why they're joining, why they're canceling, and figure out what we can change to encourage more signups and less cancellations. That's really what it comes down to in the end. Now that we've gone through explaining what an exit survey is, how it can be beneficial, both from a member's perspective as well as from our perspective as a website owner, let's see how we can go ahead and create this form and then actually implement it on our website.
Awesome. So let's do one thing first. Let's see what by default is here when somebody wants to close their account, their member account on a BD website. So a member is logged in, and it's not just a one-click button. They would have to go to their billing information page or their manage account page. So we'll just click on the billing information here. And it's actually, it's in the manage account page. So they can go to their billing, the downgrade membership, that says contact us, or they can click on close my account. So by default, this is kind of what's showing for everyone. It says, are you sure you want to close your account? It says no, go back, and then yes, close my account. So if the member selected this, it would set their account to canceled in the backend area, and it would cancel any paid subscriptions that they might have. So they can certainly close their account on their own. You could modify this stuff to make them jump through other hoops and things like that. With the exit survey, you could just put one extra barrier that can, as David said, like a final plea to get them to share their feedback and then potentially help save them from wanting to cancel their account. So this is what we've done on another site, actually the same demo site we were using. Let's go to the dashboard, and we'll go to the manage account page, and we'll click on the close my account button. Okay, so we've done something a little playful here. First thing is we found an animated GIF with the puppy dog. It says, please don't go. And then we created a form using the form manager. We'll go through those steps in a sec. And very simple. It says, maybe we can help. Let us know below. Why are you thinking about canceling? So they can give you some input there. What was your primary reason for joining our community? And in this case, we've made them required fields. And is there anything we can do to convince you to stay? So kind of those 3 questions David was asking. And then there's a button here, give me options to remain a member. So they're not leaving yet. But if we scroll down, we see it's that same kind of module there. And we've changed the text label here. It says, click the link below to officially close your account. So that's similar to what we're seeing here. You know, are you sure you want to close your account? And then 2 buttons. In this case, it says click the link below to officially close your account, but we've put this hurdle in front of them as a last-ditch effort for them to share some feedback. And we want to show you what we've done here, but let's go ahead and go through this. It doesn't fit my needs. Seemed like a good value. Too expensive. I don't think I need this anymore. Okay, so they've told you these things, and it's in their account, and then give me options to remain a member. And we've created this simple thank you page. Thanks for giving us a chance. Again, you could write whatever you want. We'll contact you soon with options to stay with us. Our team has received your feedback and will follow up with ways to help. So this will be your final attempt to kind of, you'll get notified when this form is filled out. You can customize this page and provide them with more options to contact you and things like that. But let's see how we created that page. Let's go back to the dashboard and go back to the Manage Account page and click on Close My Account. So obviously I haven't closed my account just yet. So first thing is we do have text labels on this page. So what we did here is this is a text label that renders above this box here. It's empty by default, so that's why in this example we're just seeing the box. So let me show you what that is and how you can edit that. Maybe you can convince people to contact you even without an exit survey form. So let's go to the admin area. So what you can look for, I believe it's called, let me see. I'm going to put this in the chat for everyone. Okay, great. So this is called Close Account Section Header. That's the text label. And in this case, we're rendering a form we created. All we did is put form exit survey. Let me actually cut this out of here and just put some text here. You know, don't leave us. Call to save your account. I do, you know, 1-800. So that would be like the minimum you could do is just put something in this text label. It's left empty by default. It's called Close Account Section Header. Let me put that in the chat here. And when you put something in this text label, it will then, I'll go ahead and save the changes. Again, this is like the minimum you can do. It's just going to be plain text on the page. Okay, it says like no styling, nothing. It says don't leave us, call to save your account. You know, and so on. So very plain text. In this case, we created a custom form with our exit survey and a page that it redirects to. So let's put this form equals exit survey back in here. And that's what's really cool about BD is you can really put forms and widgets even in the text labels, and it'll render that that kind of stuff throughout the site. So we'll refresh the page again. Okay, great. So now, Dave, we should go to the form manager, right?
Yeah, let's go to the form manager and show them the exit form, the exit survey form that we created.
Okay, cool. So go to the form manager. And we created a form. We just clicked on the new form button. And let's click on edit here. When you click on that new form button, just so everyone knows, it basically creates a copy of the website's contact us form. You know, the one where it says, please enter your name, your email, and phone number and a message. So it really starts you off with something very basic, and then you can modify it from there. So we did a couple things here, some simple, some a little higher level. That image of the dog, the puppy dog here, and it says, please don't go. Well, we created a field called custom HTML, and we basically put an image here. So that'd be slightly higher level there, but that's something we did there. Then we put a title heading in the field type title. Maybe we can help. Let us know below. And that's what we're seeing here. Maybe we can help. Let us know below. And then we have our three main input questions. Also, we have a hidden field for their email. I'll explain that in just a little bit. Again, this is a little slightly higher level, but it does input their email address when the form is submitted for them. But here's the radio select. Why are you thinking about canceling? And we put a comma-separated list of the options here. What was your primary reason for joining the community? This is a multi-line text input field, so like a text area where they can just put whatever they want in there. And then same thing, another multi-line text input field. Is there anything we can do to convince you to stay? These here, these three here, custom HTML for the consent, these just load with when you create a new form. We really don't need to mess with those. And then the submit button, we just changed what it said. It says, give me options to remain a member. And that is what we're seeing with the submit button, give me options to remain a member. So not too complicated. I would familiarize yourself with creating a custom form, maybe create a sample page and kind of play with the form, add fields, see how you can collect data and things like that. That's a great way to create landing pages and things like that. So Dave, should we go to the form settings next?
Actually, if you want to go over the email input field first, and then let's go over the settings.
Okay. So when a form is submitted, we don't have to make this a hidden field. We could make them enter their email address. However, the system does actually know what their email address is because they're logged in as a member. This is a bit higher level, but we'll break it down for you. When you create a new form, there is a field called inquiry email. That's the user's email address. I made it hidden because I don't want to have to make them retype their email address when the form is submitted. But I am pre-filling that form, that field with their email address. What I've had to do is I've created a custom widget. And I went to Widget Manager, New Widget. I just gave it an arbitrary name, user email. And I put this snippet of code here. It echoes the user's email address. So this basically is saying print the member's email address. So I'm putting that in the widget. So that's what the widget will render. And the widget is called user email. And what I've done is I've created a hidden field and I said widget equals user email. That's the default value. It's going to, in effect, already pre-input into a hidden field. Nobody sees it. Takes care of a lot for you with that there. So again, slightly higher level, but super useful there. Just a couple things to do. Custom widget, put the user's email, and then we're going to have that as a hidden field. Does that cover that, Dave? I'm asking you because I know it can go quickly here.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, if you don't want to deal with all of that, you could just make it a normal input field where you have the member just type in their email address as normal. This just saves that one step for them.
You said it perfectly. You could just do an email address and just have them enter their email address. This is just higher level, having it as a hidden field there. Form settings now?
Yeah, let's go to the form settings and show them the redirect on submission.
Okay, great. So a couple things. You can add classes to style forms when you're rendering them. So the form element class, in this case, I'm making it a well. What a well does is it puts it in this kind of, it matches the website's design theme colors. It puts it in this white box here, in this case, and I'm using full padding Excel. If you just want to emulate everything I've done, form element class, well, FPAD Excel. You don't need this. This is optional stuff, but I'm just trying to give you guys all the tools to kind of make things a bit more awesome. So we have a form element class, and then the last thing you need are the save actions. So in this case, we're going to redirect to a URL. So after the form is filled out, it's going to take the person to a new web page. So another benefit is you're taking them away from that cancellation page. They can always come back and scroll down and then click the nah, I don't want any of this, close my account officially. So save action, redirect to URL, and then redirect URL. David created this page called cancellation thank you. Let's just see what that page is again. It was redirected to this page. You can make this page no index, no follow. We'll take a look at this page in just a second. But after the form is filled out, it'll take people to this page. And that's basically all you need to do with the form settings. Save actions, redirect to URL. You don't have to put the full URL. You can just put the / wherever it takes you. And you don't need to mess with anything else. And again, if you want the form element class, this is optional, but this will add that kind of the padding to the form as well. And okay, let's go back here. Did I miss anything here, David? After it's submitted, where does it go, right?
Right, we need to figure out how we can view these submissions.
Okay. Actually, a couple things in the form settings. One, there are email settings. So you can create an email template under your email section here. You can create your own custom email template that addresses the fact that somebody filled out this form. Thank you so much for giving us another chance. We hear what you're talking about. Someone from our team will look at your account and see what we can offer you. These are things that you can create a new email template with and then have that email template sent after that form is filled out. So you can go to email settings, send email after submit, set that to yes. Email template to send to the person who submitted the form to the member. So you can go ahead and choose your custom email that you created specifically for this instance. And again, it's not just for exit surveys. If you guys have landing pages or application forms and things like that, this is a really cool way to send a confirmation email with next steps or what they can expect, or just letting them know that you've received their message. And then you can send an email to the admin. So it'll go to you, the owner of the website's email, but you can put alternative email addresses here too. Maybe you have other staff who are specifically helping you with the exit survey. You can make sure that they get an email when this form is submitted so they can follow up in real time with the person who submitted the form. And in addition to that, you can create a custom template if you want to for that. These are more just alerts for the admin, just to ping you when this form is filled out. So nothing fancy is really required, more than just the ping. But there are email settings here, and it is a good way to let the person who just submitted the form what the next steps are. Okay, when the form is submitted, they can get a follow-up email, but also that submission is going to be saved in your form's inbox. So under your emails, and we can see here we have this person, just sample member we have here. They filled out the exit survey. We can look at the full inquiry. So we can see, it's just basically a copy of the form. It's this person who submitted it. Why are you thinking about canceling? Doesn't meet my needs. What is your primary reason? Seem like a good value. It's too expensive. I don't think I need this anymore. So that should arm you or whoever's going to follow up with this person with some ideas on what you could offer them to help save them or salvage them. So really the goal of all this is to increase the overall lifetime value of each of your members by keeping them on as a paid subscriber. So that's nice and tidy there. And again, you can ask as many questions as you need or makes sense for your industry. We just kept it to these three. But you can see all the exit surveys here, and then you can even filter by form here. When you're in your forms inbox, you can filter by the form name. So exit survey, we can see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exit surveys that were filled out. These are just tests that we've done. And we can see that it has the person's email address. It lets us know what their member ID is. So really high value information here for any forms that you create throughout your site, letting you know who the person is and how they correspond to your site with regard to their member ID. Okay, have I missed anything here, David?
I think you got it. So just to summarize, the steps would be to create a new form for your exit survey, create a thank you page, then go into your form settings, set that redirect URL to your thank you page, and then those are the major steps. And then just paste in your form shortcode into the text label, and then that would be it. Then you would either monitor your inbox or here in the admin area, your forms inbox for submissions on this form, and then you can then follow up with these members.
That's right. And again, we've updated the text here, so it's kind of like maybe this is the last ditch effort. Maybe we can help you. we're not totally hiding it, but we're kind of putting blockers in front of this, click the link below to officially close my account. Yes, close my account. We definitely don't want to stop someone who just wants out altogether so they can stop their billing and things like that. But this extra hurdle not only could deliver happiness to the member who might be confused about the service or doesn't fully understand it, as opposed to just pulling the plug altogether. Yeah, maybe sometimes they just need a little TLC to help them on their way. So again, this was a little higher level than what we normally do for our tip of the weeks. It really showed you how the forms work here. I think one last thing is just this page, David, the cancellation thank you page. Let's just show you guys where we added that. That's under content in the web page builder. And what we did is we created a new page with this blue button here. I'll just scroll down here. Cancellation thank you, or I guess save we should call it. And all we did is we put the title here. Thanks for giving us a chance. We'll contact you soon with options to stay. This was the custom URL we created. It can be whatever you want, but this is what we put in the form settings with a / to correspond to the page we want to send people to. And yeah, we just have the titles here and then the happy face image we got online and our team. You could put whatever you want here. It could be more ways to contact you. It could be instructions on how to maximize the use of their profile. Again, it's customer's choice here, what you think would add the most value at this particular stage in the member's journey with you. Cancellations are inevitable, but there's no harm in trying to figure out what went wrong and making it right. And what's cool is once you create that form and the page to redirect to, all that data is saved in your, your forms inbox. And one last thing that's really cool is if you ever wanted to kind of look at everything all together, you could filter by form like exit survey, and then you can export all those inquiries, and it'll give you a nice Excel file with all the different form fields that you had, like why did they cancel, all the questions you're asking will be in the column. So if you ever wanted to just look at all the metadata and see like what the most popular responses were for any of the forms that you create, exporting the inquiries is the way to do that.